Today I'm going to be showing you top 10 ways to be a successful student. Number 1 would be to set goals for yourself. It's good to have dreams, but your dreams should definitely be realistic. Instead of writing that I will be successful, I wrote that I will finish my degree and that I will finish my degree in information technology and find a career in that. I also added that I will complete my degree in 4 years because it's good for your goals to have a time frame. Number 2 would be organizing your time. I always do my homework when I have a day off and on the weekends. My tip is also to do your most important studying first, but if you're having trouble getting started, I like to do my easiest task first to get that out of the way so then I won't have to stress too much. Another thing that I like to do when I get a little too stressed is just to go back into my planner, make sure I have all my assignments written down so then I can take it slow and focus on each assignment one at a time. It's also important that we take breaks so we don't become burned out. Time for a break! After studying for hours, why not take a break? During my breaks, I like to just go on social media, like Instagram, and just scroll until I gotta get back to work. Number 3 is about how you learn. There are 4 steps to learning. They include preparing, absorbing, capturing, and reviewing. There are many different learning styles, including verbal, logical, visual, kinesthetic, rhythmic, interpersonal, intrapersonal, and naturalist. My style of learning is visual, but I also need verbal to help me out a little bit better. Number 4 is, are you really listening? Remember, when you're in a lecture, to focus on what is being said and make sure you give the speaker your undivided attention. Sometimes it helps if you repeat what you just heard, and if you're confused, just ask the speaker to expand or clarify. It's okay to ask questions. Number 5, got notes? Always make sure you're prepared. I always have my notebook with me, and I always have a few pens and pencils in my bag, so if I ever need an extra one, it's right there. People like to use their laptop to take notes, but I find it better to use your notebook. It makes you remember it a lot easier. Try to write the date on the top of all your notes, and when you're when you have something that's important, try and star it. But it's also important when you're taking notes, you don't have to capture every word that the professor is saying, just as long as you have the main points. Remember to copy anything that the instructor writes on the board. And don't forget to review your notes after class as soon as possible so it's easier to remember. Number 6, remembering course materials. Use the information. Review your notes, participate in class, and study with others. Work from general information to the specific information because people usually learn best when they get the big picture first and then they look at all the small details. Using visual imagery will also help, so picture the concept vividly in your mind and make them connect to something else. Something that I always do is linking the information that I receive to other information that I already have stored. And here is an example. So Janus is the god of beginning. It's also the month of January, so when we think of Janus, we can think of the beginning of the year, which is January. It also helps to repeat the information. The more you hear it, the more you will remember it. Apollo is the god of sun. Apollo is the god of sun. Apollo is the god of sun. This is a reminder to not be like little Dante here and be lazy instead of doing your work. Dante! Dante! Okay. Number 7 is a resume. A resume is basically a summary of your experience. Remember that a short resume is generally better than a longer one. 1 page is usually enough, 2 pages if you have a lot of experience. It is important to focus on your accomplishments. Keep information easy to find by having your current or most job and then moving backward in time. Number 8 is interviewing for success. Remember to relax, take a deep breath, and then smile. Be yourself. Make eye contact but don't stare. When answering questions, keep your answers focused on your skills and your knowledge. Remember to avoid one-word answers. Be truthful, and if you don't understand a question, you can ask for clarification. And at the end of the interview, thank the interviewer and tell him or her that you enjoyed your conversation. Here is an example of a little interview I did with myself. Hi, I'm Ariana Polito. I have my resume right here. I'm interested in this job because I love working with kids. I've been doing it for a few years now, and I'm never get tired of it. My one weakness would have to be trying to deal with the kids acting out and then having to deal with the parents who are also not listening, but it works out and everything becomes okay. Thank you so much for your time. Number 9 is organizing your space. Have a space that is always available for whenever you need it. Choose a place that you associate studying with. Your study space should meet your study needs. Make sure to keep your space organized and free of distractions. I personally like to study at my kitchen table. It might not be the best, but it's what works for me. Number 10 is the most important strategy to me, and that is sleep. I start off by eliminating any kind of light source that is in my room. Sleep improves your mood during the day. It also improves your memory and learning abilities, and it gives you more energy, strengthens your immune system, and promotes wellness of body, mind, and spirit. To get a better night's sleep, first I turn my brightness onto the night shift mode so the light doesn't hurt my eyes, but then I turn on do not disturb mode so then I won't be woken up in the middle of the night by a text message. Most people need 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night, and the average is around 8. I usually only get 6 hours of sleep at night, and it really affects my whole day. Alexa, turn off Christmas lights.
Okay.
Thank you for watching my top 10 ways to be a successful student.